If you've ever wondered why your numbers are miles behind everyone else, even though you're wearing the same tier gear, it's not your gear, it's how you've tuned it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly how the gear system works, what stats actually matter, and what you should be throwing in the furnace right now. Let's start with the basics. You've got 10 pieces of gear total. 4 offensive pieces, that's your 2 weapons, your disc, and your pendant. 4 defensive pieces, helmet, chest piece, greaves, and bracer, and then 2 auxiliary pieces, your bow and your ring. Excluding the auxiliary pieces, every single piece follows the same structure. 1 default stat roll that's locked in forever, 4 blank stat lines you have to tune yourself, and 2 attunement slots, a general attunement and an arena attunement. Only one of those 2 attunements can be active at a time, but you can swap between them whenever you want. Now here's where people mess up early. That default roll, you can never change it. So when you're picking up a new piece, actually look at what that default roll is before you invest anything into it. We'll get to why in a second. The 4 blank lines have to be tuned to roll a stat, and it's random, which makes this the most RNG-heavy progression system in the game, more so than Inner Ways. And here's the rule that catches people off guard. You can retune one stat line as many times as you want, but it's on a 7-day cooldown. And once that line is retuned, none of the other lines on that same piece can be retuned. There are 3 stats that basically define whether your build is functional: precision rate, critical rate, and affinity rate. We'll call this the triple rate. We won't go over precision, critical, and affinity hits in this video, but I'll link to other videos that do a good job of explaining what they do. What you need to know for the sake of gear is that reaching certain breakpoints will improve your damage. Here's what you're aiming for: about 100% effective precision, which is roughly 115% total. 70 to 80% effective critical, around 115% total. And only 10 to 20% effective affinity, which comes out to about 30% total. And this is critical, pun intended. Going above those numbers does absolutely nothing for you. 0. If you're sitting at 130% total precision, 15 of those points are just wasted stat rolls that could have gone toward damage instead. Once your triple rate is locked in, your next focus is max physical attack. For most content, you want somewhere between 2200 and 2400, but if you're pushing high-end content, at tier 91, you're looking at 3000 to 3200, and that number's only going to climb as new tiers release. So when you're tuning gear, what should you actually be rolling for? Same priority order for both offensive and defensive gear. Number 1, max physical attack. Number 2, power. That boosts physical attack directly. Number 3, momentum. That boosts both your max physical attack and your affinity rate. Then critical rate, then precision rate, then affinity rate, rounding it out. For your weapons specifically, look for a default roll of max physical attack, power, or momentum. For your disc and pendant, you want a default roll of max physical attack. And ideally, at least 3 of your 4 tunable lines should also be boosting max physical attack. Now, here's a rare one. Weapons have a chance to roll something called Art of Weapon Damage Boost. Discs and pendants can roll All Martial Arts Boost. These are both incredible, but you cannot get them through retuning. They're locked roll only, which makes them extremely rare. If you find a piece with one of these, that piece just became your best in slot. Now let's talk about what to throw away. If a piece of gear has its default roll, the one you can't change, set to any of these, get rid of it. Physical defense, max HP, defense, max or min off-path physical attack, or max or min path physical attack. Same goes if a piece has 2 or more of those stats among its 4 tunable lines. It's just not salvageable. Don't waste shells trying to fix it, replace it. Last piece of the puzzle, your bow and ring. Starting at tier 91, if you've got a purple or gold quality bow and ring, you get a selectable set bonus: precision, critical, or affinity. Use this strategically. If you're just a few percentage points short of hitting one of your triple rate milestones, this is exactly what closes that gap. So to recap, 10 pieces, 1 locked roll, and 4 tunable lines each. Hit your triple rate, around 115% precision, 100% critical, 30% affinity, without going over. Then stack max physical attack as high as you can. Ditch anything defaulted into dead stats, and use your bow and ring to patch whatever's left. Get this right, and you'll actually be pulling your weight in every fight instead of wondering where your damage went. If this helped, drop a like, and let me know in the comments what tier you're currently pushing.